Successful people say that in order to achieve something, you need to keep moving forward and never look back. However, sometimes when you look behind you, you realize it's an apartment without any renovations, broken walls, no wallpaper, and exposed wiring. People who have been living in this building for years complain about the disrepair. According to the residents, the reason is an irresponsible contractor. Here's the contract. The contract from 2019, please. So the work was supposed to be finished in 2019, and here we are in 2021, 2 years have passed, and absolutely nothing has been done. Here's yesterday's contract. So, it means that today some work is supposed to be done here, that the contractor is supposed to do something, well, perform some work, and where is he? Of course, we contacted the authorities, we contacted the housing inspection, the management company, child protective services, everywhere they say the same thing. It's his apartment, we can't force him to do repairs. According to the man in the new nice jacket, the residents of this apartment look at the renovation in the entrance with envy, fully understanding that the homeless people in the entrance live in better conditions. To find out the reason for the delay, we went to the contractor's office, which was just a few steps from the site. This is Vladimir, the head of the contracting organization. Upon entering his office, it was clear the contractor was incoherent. It became clear something was wrong in this organization when the head began hiding due to the smell.
Yesterday I was working on the repairs.
Why are you lying and messing around?
The contractor claims that some work was done at the site yesterday. To find out if this is really the case, our film crew requested yesterday's footage from the surveillance camera at the site. After carefully studying this footage, we were able to find out that the contractor did indeed carry out some plumbing work. Seeing Vladimir worked yesterday, we wanted to know why he missed the site. Vladimir, it's been 2 hours today and you said you'd start repairs early. What's going on?
I was playing with the guys until late.
So, you were playing with the guys until late and because of that you can't.
You touched the guys.
You touched him. What are you saying? Getting out of bed, the contractor immediately started the preparatory work. First of all, Vladimir prepared the most neglected area of this apartment, Vladimir's. Vladimir, after washing your head, we saw your excellent sanding work. Will you be just as thorough on the site? Vladimir quoted his favorite actresses while continuing preparations. After a brief fit of rage, Vladimir finished the preparation and, as a responsible contractor, immediately got to work.
Vlad will arrive soon and we'll begin renovating.
Vladimir doesn't play Counter-Strike by accident, because he takes the choice of design before renovation very seriously. That's why he studies a design project similar to the one he'll have to work with. Vladimir says his hallway features the exclusive Dust Modern style.
It doesn't look like the hallway on Dust. Damn, just a little bit. Just get rid of that crap, damn.
Vladimir suddenly launched his favorite strategy game, Lord's Mobile, on his computer. We quickly tried to learn why he prefers this game.
Here you can fight, attack real people, and chat with them. Damn, but the fact that you idiot. Damn, it's a great game.
Lord's Mobile is a top mobile strategy game with 3D graphics and millions of global players. Train your army, level up heroes, form alliances, and defeat enemies here. There's a big emphasis here on teamwork, building your army the right way and reacting quickly during battles. Without some smarts and a good team, you'll become a very easy target here. Download the game from the link in the description or the QR code on screen to automatically receive a $350 pack in your account. If you're downloading the game for the first time, also try to maximize your power. If downloads exceed 800, the first player to upgrade their castle to level 15 and top the power ranking on day 10 after the video release wins an iPhone 12. The prizes are significant, so I suggest focusing on upgrading your castle, more than Vladimir does. And now the entire construction crew has arrived at the site, and the team led by Vladimir immediately began to thoroughly plan out the work. Then, the builders conducted a detailed site analysis.
Afterwards, the builders moved on to a detailed analysis of the site.
Our film crew tried to find out where the money from the construction budget goes.
Where does everything go? Groceries, cat supplies, all this random stuff. Have you seen it lately?
The construction crew determined the scope of work after examining the site.
Today we need to break down this useless cabinet. It just collects junk.
Vladimir mentioned his belly button and got back to work. Vladimir is truly glad his friend is now working with him on the site, since he used to do renovations alone.
The renovation alone, that's just antiviral, damn.
Before taking apart the cabinet, Vladimir removes all the junk inside.
This junk sat here unused for 10 years, damn.
What's in there? Deodorant, a comb, damn.
Hey, get lost, this is some kind of Chinese disco light, damn.
For New Year's, Vladimir cleared out the junk from his closet. Since the 90s, he's done everything himself. It's his principle, at least until he gets a girlfriend. About what exactly? After examining the items Vladimir took out of the closet, our film crew discovered a strange device. As it turned out, it was nothing other than a poppet from the 90s. We decided to pause the story to figure out why popping bubbles is still popular. In these shots, you can see the poppet, a modern toy that's gaining popularity. The idea is simple, pressing air-filled bubbles. But is it really that simple? Actually, experts say that bubble addiction can end very badly. This is a poppet from the 90s discovered by Vladimir. Back then, everyone was hooked on endlessly popping bubbles, but the cellophane invader would eventually let people go after the air-filled bubbles ran out. For 30 years, inventors worked on the modern version of the poppet. Here you can pop the bubbles endlessly, which means it can capture a person forever. So, when the bubble addiction takes over the whole world and everyone is popping air bubbles, people won't notice how together they'll end up popping all the air on the planet. According to our information, the word poppet is nothing more than an abbreviation. The full phrase is an attempt to take over the world. However, there is protection against poppet addiction. Associate Professor of Poppetology, Doctor of Simple Demopological Sciences, Vyacheslav Albertovich told our film crew about this in an exclusive interview.
We conducted hundreds, well actually dozens of experiments. Most test subjects got hooked on poppet when interacting with it, but we found that one of the subjects had immunity to poppet.
What is poppet?
It's some kind of nonsense. When we learned about this situation, we immediately studied Vladimir's DNA and found an increased content of carbon, hydrogen, erbium and radiatorium. It is this chemical formula inside Vladimir that protects him from poppet addiction. We will be able to develop a vaccine that can save humanity.
Are you crazy? Why are you wearing shoes in the room?
And so the contractors started demolishing the cabinet, and our film crew decided to talk to the workers on site. Do you spend years dismantling industrial sites with barely Russian-speaking migrant workers? That's an accurate description of Vladimir's construction crew. How does Vladimir pay you? Does he buy you beer? Or maybe there are some bonuses?
Croutons, damn it, fuck, you're talking to him, fuck, get out of here, he's fucking fed up with you.
And now the cabinet has been dismantled, but the work isn't finished yet. A pile of construction debris has formed in the process. Vladimir, as the responsible contractor, immediately started taking it out.
Now Vladik will go home and we'll take it out.
Construction debris that careless foremen leave at construction sites often harms both people and the environment. This, in general terms, is a description of the problem created by certain jerks. Do you hear which jerks? And so the workday of the construction crew is over. The valiant foreman lets the tired worker go and takes on the burden of removing the construction debris himself. Vyacheslav quickly implemented a garbage reform for Rossiya 23.